In the last 30 days, I've had exactly 12 students message me saying they're making over $5,000 per month using the exact method that I'm going to share with you in this video. And here's what's crazy. All of them had zero experience when they first got started. Look, I'm not here to sell you on dropshipping, crypto, or some like AI agency BS that requires $5,000 in startup costs and 12 different skills that you probably don't have right now. What I'm about to share with you is the most straightforward path to 5 to 10K per month in 2025. And I've personally tested this and verified it with hundreds of people. It requires just one core skill that anyone can learn regardless of your background or education. And in the next 11 minutes, I'm going to break down the entire process step by step so that you can implement it this week. No fluff, no BS, just the actual fastest path to 5 to 10K per month in 2025. Let's get straight into it. So the best way to make 5 to 10K per month in 2025, and you can just straight up steal this. Here's an example of me doing this. Here's an example of my boy James doing this, and you can pause and read this if you want. And here's an example of Jared making right around $30,000 cash collected with the person he's working with and getting paid a percentage of that. So this video, just a forewarning, will not contain any edits, flashy thumbnails. This is meant to be just pure value. And if you can't sit and watch a video like this, then you're probably not ready to make 10K per month and you can just click off this video. So when I was first getting introduced into the concept of making money online, I would see video after video titled like the easiest way to make money online for beginners, the 7 laziest way to make money online, how I get paid 10K per month using 15 minutes per day, not clickbait. It would be like videos like this where their whole goal, let's be honest guys, is to just get clicks and views on their YouTube channel. But something clicked for me as I was trying some of these things and watching a bunch of videos like this over the course of a couple weeks, and it was a pretty dark realization. Ironically enough, every single person making these videos, they all actually run the same business. But in most cases, they're not telling you the one that they actually do behind the scenes. So they're creating content on social media talking about the best way to make money online or the best business model. And then in the link in their description or in the link in their bio, they're offering some sort of course or coaching program. And so what that means is that really is the best business model out there. It's to build an audience based on your experience on social media and then offer help with some sort of digital product like a course, coaching, or service. The only problem is that most beginners do not have any sort of expertise yet. I know I definitely didn't. When I first got started, I was really just like an ordinary kid with big dreams and big goals. And this realization led me down the path of acquiring and refining as many skills as I could. And so if you look at skills and high income skills and skills to make money with, you can Google this. There's a ton of different options out there. There's digital marketing, copywriting, sales, content creation, web design, product management. Like there's a million fucking things that you can do. For me, the first skill that I attacked was appointment setting and sales because it seemed like the only thing that a beginner could actually do. And also one that had long-term potential that I could keep growing with every single month, and one that I could build valuable skills with while not requiring startup cost. And after doing this for about 6 to 8 months with building and refining my skills, I was able to hit my first 10K per month online. I dropped out of college, went all in, and the rest is history. And this skill is the most in-demand skill in the world because I could work from wherever I wanted. I could set my own hours and I had the long-term potential to scale. And more importantly, it's something so simple that a complete beginner can do. And when I talk about sales, I'm not talking about the type that you might be thinking of, the traditional sales where it's like the Wolf of Wall Street and you're just like pressuring and forcing someone to buy over the phone by selling cheap products from China and all this shit. The kind of selling that I was doing here and the kind of selling that we do is actually helping, where you have somebody that's already interested in solving their problems with some sort of solution, and then you sell for an amazing solution. And then they buy and you connect them to end up buying. And instead of being upset that you sold them and now you made all this money and now you feel like shit with it, they actually thank you for selling them. And the kind of selling we do as well is where you can make big commissions, $500 plus, not selling some like $20 like cheap product from China. And like I said earlier, the online education industry is absolutely growing and booming every single month. In fact, if you Google this, the revenue of the online education market is projected to double over the next 5 years, and it's already growing very, very quickly. And so the long-term vision for you and for every single person watching this video on my channel is to learn and acquire the skill of sales so that you can make money now, and then you can be able to use those skills into starting your own business in the long term when you're ready. Now, here's the thing about the online education space. Since it's so new and since it's so booming, The online education industry is in desperate need of help. As it's going to grow, there's going to be more and more people starting online education businesses that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Most online education businesses do a terrible job converting attention into sales calls, which is called appointment setting. And they also do a terrible job converting sales calls or appointments into sales, into actual money. So this is the standard sales process that most of these businesses use. They get attention, they get followers, leads, comments, etc. on social media. Then they have an appointment setter that goes in and either calls leads or DMs leads and sets sales appointments. And then there's a person, either the business owner when they're first getting started, or they hire a closer that's going to actually jump on and take these sales appointments and close the deals. Now, here's the problem. Again, most of these businesses, since it's so new, they do a terrible job with this stuff. You see, these people get so much attention that they literally need a human to go in and create conversations for them and sell a call. And this is what we're going to be highlighting and focusing on in the beginning of this training here, which is the idea of becoming an appointment setter. Now, here's an example or a couple examples of businesses that you can actually go in and work with and what they actually look like. And appointment setters get paid on commission, which is really the ultimate secret that you need to make a lot of money online. Because when you get paid on commission, you get paid a lot of money if you're really, really good, and you get paid poorly if you're really, really bad, which is actually what you want. Because if you're just working a regular 9-to-5 job, it's really hard to make it out of the rat race, because it doesn't matter if you're the best in your field, you usually get paid very similar to the coworkers you're working with. In the online education space, this is far from the case, because you can have somebody mediocre making nothing, and you can have somebody exceptional making like millions online. This is how it works. And this allows you to start off and make building your skills your main priority, because as you build your skills and get better and better at what you do, you become more valuable to the marketplace and you get compensated proportionally. Appointment setters, usually when they start off, they get on an offer like some of these that I'm showing you here, or there's, hundreds of different other examples. They usually make about 3 to 8K per month when they first get on an offer. Now, this really just depends on the offer you work on, how good it is, and also your own skills and your own capabilities and how hard you work. But again, this is kind of like a range that you can see when you first just get started with this. And anyone who can speak moderately well and wants to grow and acquire skill sets, like you're actually hungry, you want to do shit with your life, and you have a phone or a laptop, you can crush it with appointment setting. So now, let's talk about ideal clients that you can work with as an appointment setter, because a lot of people, there's some decent people that talk about appointment setting online, but nobody really talks about this as in depth as we do on this channel here. The offer that you work on as an appointment setter is just as important as your actual skill of sales. So obviously, do the absolute best you can to focus on building and improving your own skill sets, but you also need to get on a good offer. Why do we need to get on a good offer? Well, imagine you were getting paid 10% commission, which 5 to 10% is the average, on a $200 offer versus a $5,000 offer. It would take you the same amount of work to set the appointment, but on one offer, you would get paid 10% of 200, which is $20. On the other one, it could make you $500. So this basically emphasizes the importance of actually getting on a good offer and landing an ideal client. So this is what we're looking for in a good offer. We are looking for an entrepreneur with a great vision, somebody that is very ambitious and wants to go far in this game. They have lots of proof of concept, they have a good personal brand and good student results on their page. If they don't have any of this stuff, they're usually just too fresh or too new to starting their business to where you probably shouldn't work with them yet, and they don't really need an appointment setter yet. They also need good lead volume to where they're getting 20 followers, likes, comments, leads, etc. per day. They also should have a high ticket offer, something $2,000 or more. So that way, if you sell that as an appointment setter, you get paid big commissions. And then it should also be a niche that you're interested in. For example, if you are big into fitness and you absolutely hate the keto diet, don't work with a business that teaches people how to lose weight with the keto diet. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised. Now, there are tens of thousands of these offers that actually meet this criteria, which is good for you. And there's really only 2 types of these offers that can work here. The first type is what's called a scaling offer. A lot of my students inside of my one-on-one coaching program work on scaling offers. They're a little bit riskier, But if it works, you make more money. And then the second type is an established offer, where it's a lot more stable, but you might get paid less. So let's look at some examples of what this actually is. A scaling offer, for example, you could have someone running a smaller business where they're the only person inside of their business and they're making $20,000 per month. And they're looking to grow their business to $50,000 a month. An established business might be making $1 million a month and they're looking to hire another appointment setter because they already have 4 working on their team. That's really the only difference. Scaling offers are a little bit riskier because these offers are less stable, $20,000 a month versus $1 million a month. But with a scaling offer, if you crush it with them and if you help that business owner actually grow their business, you can get paid a higher percent commission. And usually you get paid more because these people have better profit margins. Subsequently as well, you can get a case study or testimonial from these people, and you can use that to eventually start your own business, which I'll show you in a second. So an example of this, which I showed you guys earlier, is my boy Jared here, who's working on a scaling offer. He's helping a fitness coach grow his business. And over the past 2 weeks, just them two, there's no other team members inside of their business, just over the past 2 weeks, them two alone, Jared as the appointment setter and then the business owner, they have done damn near $40,000 contracted, $30,000 cash collected, with more deals coming in very, very shortly. Jared is again working on a scaling offer. The team did $40,000 in 2 weeks of him getting started. Inside of this business, it literally just consists of Jared and the business owner. And this allows Jared to get paid 10% of the business because the margins are super, super profitable. Hopefully that makes sense. Whereas if you're in a bigger business, they already have team members, they already have staff, and you can usually, you can still make good money and it's very, very stable and very, very consistent, but it's hard to get paid like really, really nicely for the work that you do. It's also easier to land a scaling offer as a beginner because the business owner likely won't ask you for a ton of experience when you're first getting started because their business isn't to a point where they can demand enough experience from you. So understanding this, let's talk about how to find your first role. There's 2 main ways to land an appointment setting position in 2025. I think these are by far the best ones. I've tested every single one out there and I've tested it with hundreds and hundreds of reps. The best way is with Instagram outreach. The second best way is by leveraging your connections or leveraging someone else's connections. So if you want to learn more about how to do Instagram outreach, I'll link a video right under this video in the description. It's like 81 minutes and it goes in depth on how to do Instagram outreach the right way. Basically though, you want to find somebody's profile and you want to leverage the people that they're following and the people that they're being recommended when you check out their page. And that's going to open up pools and pools of people where you can reach out to these people and have conversations. Leveraging connections is also extremely valuable. So as you get inside of this game and you start networking with people and you start building relationships, you can actually use your own relationships of just people coming to you to land offers, or to actually, you can even use someone else's connections. So for example, a lot of my one-on-one students join my one-on-one coaching program where I have connections to business owners. So a lot of my one-on-one coaching students learn Instagram outreach, but they also leverage my connections to land roles because I have business owners coming to me every day or every few days or maybe every couple weeks if it's in a slow period that are looking for appointment setters. For example, like this here, and then I post it inside of my group, and then these people use my connections to land positions. Now, once you've landed a role, I want to show you how to sell a call and to do your job well as an appointment setter. By far, the most important thing about appointment setting is speed to lead. And I see so many appointment setters doing this totally backwards. I coach appointment setters all the time. I analyze their performance, and it's very easy to tell what these people are doing wrong because a lot of these people are struggling with the same exact thing. They prioritize certain things that aren't efficient. As an appointment setter, you always want to prioritize the tasks that are closest to the money. So let's look at an example. What do you think is closer to the money? If you were to do a follow-up with somebody that has been ghosting you for the past 3 days, if you were to send a new message to a new lead, or if you have an active conversation going with somebody in the DMs that you're about to close in, what do you think you should spend your time focusing on and prioritizing? It's the active conversation if it wasn't obvious enough. Because the active conversation, that conversation is closer to the money than a new lead and a new or even a follow-up. So you should definitely still do follow-ups. You should do new outreach. Don't get it twisted. But you should prioritize the active conversations you have going on. And when somebody is responding back to you and they're very close to booking a call, maybe you just need to ask one or two more questions, or you need to send a resource or a link or whatever, you should jump on that immediately. Stop what you're doing, stop your new outreach, stop your follow-ups, and go jump on that person and go book that person in. Appointment setting is very easy and is the best for beginners to start with. You can either start part-time or full-time depending on your schedule, and you can basically use that to start off. So if you can only work part-time right now, you start off part-time, you start making a little bit of money, and then you can transition into full-time when the time is right. Now, one thing I want to talk about, and I really want to highlight for the rest of this video, because I don't want to make this too long, but I want to make this really, really valuable. You guys know how I mentioned earlier the idea of working on scaling offers versus established offers. The one downside of working on a scaling offer is it's riskier. These people are easier to work with. You can usually get paid more, but it's riskier because sometimes inside of businesses like this, you can be a great appointment setter, but there are other external factors that are out of your control. Kinda. Let's talk about that. So, where are we here? Remember how I mentioned earlier that there are inconsistencies with offer quality sometimes? Well, you can actually control this. And this is what I teach my one-on-one coaching students in depth. So first we have to look at why sometimes offers can be inconsistent to work on. Number one, there aren't actually that many good offers and good businesses to work with. Number two, only about 20 to 25% of businesses have enough traffic for you to go in, work as an appointment setter, and work with inbound leads, which, by the way, this is what you want. You don't want to work with outbound leads, ideally. Number three, about 50% of businesses from my analysis, their sales processes are garbage, meaning you might be the best appointment setter in the world, and you might book them a ton of appointments, but they don't know how to close the deal. And let's sit and think about this for a second. Imagine if you were the best appointment setter in the world. You had your skills refined, you've been working on it for multiple months or even years, and you were doing everything right. Yet you were still only able to make 5 to 10K per month online. Not because you were doing anything inherently wrong, but because the business you were working on was terrible. You're the best appointment setter, but the business is garbage. Now imagine, on the flip side, imagine if you were a lazy appointment setter that wasn't actually even that good, yet you somehow managed to find an incredible business to work on, that they were getting lead flow, they were great at sales, they had a great sales process, their offer was well differentiated. You could make 5 to 10K per month easily and not even work that hard. As an appointment setter, working inside of a business, you can only control one piece of that business, meaning you might get really, really good at appointment setting, but there might be other parts to that business that are going wrong that you don't have control over. Instead of being upset about this actually creates an even greater opportunity for you to capitalize on this and scale with it, which is what I present to you today as becoming a scaling operator, which is the best way to make money online in 2025. You start off as an appointment setter, but then you're able to identify problems inside of the business you work with, help solve that problem for that business owner, and as a byproduct, you can work on just about any offer out there and make money. Imagine if you first started off with the skill of appointment setting, but then from there, once you mastered it over the course of a couple months, then you were able to learn and apply skills that solved these 3 problems here. That solved the idea that there aren't that many good offers. That solved the idea that a lot of businesses don't get enough traffic. That solved the idea that a lot of these businesses' sales processes are garbage. Imagine if you learned how to solve that. You would become infinitely valuable, because then you could take just about any business out there in the info product space and you could help them grow, which is insanely valuable to the marketplace. Businesses are looking to grow all of the time. With that being said, this is exactly what I did in 2021, because I started off as an appointment setter and I was making a little bit of money. I actually made enough money to drop out of college and to feel confident in that decision. but it wasn't anything too substantial. It wasn't anything for me to move out to be able to do anything like that at that point. Instead of going out there and trying to go get more clients or trying to get a better client, work on a better offer, I started helping businesses I had connections with, and I helped them grow. And I helped them grow with more things than just appointment setting. I started applying things like how to grow on social media, how to grow on TikTok, how to optimize your DM setting campaigns, how to run paid ads, how to differentiate your offer so that you stand out in the market. I started learning advanced skill sets like this on top of appointment setting, which allowed me to become infinitely valuable. And by becoming a scaling operator, I went from stocking shelves and working as a lifeguard in college. You can literally see the picture of me sitting in my dorm room right here, to making 15 to 20K per month, which allowed me to start my own business and scale even further. In order to do this, your number one priority has to be acquiring skill sets. You first start off as an appointment setter. You learn the skill of appointment setting. Don't even worry about trying to get rich or make all this money yet. Literally just focus on building the skill of appointment setting and start to work on offers. Start to make a little bit of money. Maybe things go great from the start. Maybe you get a great offer and you're starting to make 5 to 10K per month out of the gate. Great. I've seen that happen plenty of times. Maybe that's not the case though. Maybe you get on an offer and it's not that great. That will actually challenge you to become even better. And you don't just focus on getting better at appointment setting. You start learning other skills inside of a business that these people need to grow. You help them with sales. You help them by differentiating their offer. You help them create content on, you help them create content on social media. And if you're not sure exactly where to find this information, because no one really covers this stuff like too in depth like I do on my YouTube channel, I cover the entire thing inside of my one-on-one coaching program. And April really just started, and I'm opening up a handful of spots for the month of April. So if you're a serious young man and you actually want to make money online, first I'm going to teach you the skill of appointment setting, and I'm going to get you placed on an offer. Then I'm going to teach you advanced skills that you can learn, and based on the business you're working in, based on what they need, I'll teach you that skill so that you can provide value to them, you can help them grow, and you can get paid money. In there, I'll teach you how to start making 5 to 10K per month by teaching you high income skill sets and connecting you with businesses that I have connections to. So if you're interested in that, all you have to do is go down below and book a free consultation call. You'll see the link there, and you and I can jump on a quick conversation to see if we'd be a good fit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys got some value, and you guys take care and have a fantastic rest of your day.